into the game, we're going to be playing a fun jungle Rengar build. And in this matchup, we're currently up against Jarvan. In a Rengar versus Jarvan, this is quite even in the early game due to both junglers having strong ganks. But when we get to the later stages, Rengar should have an advantage due to having better sustain. The only thing Jarvan has when it gets to the later stages is his ability to catch targets with the use of his ultimate. What we want to do is to get level 5 as soon as possible so that we would have access to our ultimate, which can make our ganks a lot easier. The clear that I'm doing is a red side clear into a flex, but most likely I'd always go for the full clear so that I'd get my ultimate faster. Rengar's clear is above average if you compare it to the other junglers due to the fact that he has a lot of skills that can help him clear the jungle faster. With the use of his first skill plus empowered Q, he gets additional damage and attack speed, making his clear cleaner. You just need to use auto attack animation cancel with the use of the first plus Q. As you can see, I'm already at my third camp, which is quite good, and you'd always want to use the bush on your first hit so that you'd get your stacks faster. A key thing when playing a Rengar jungle is that you want to get your trophies as soon as possible. The faster you get your trophies, the more damage that you will deal. Rengar has a hard time if you're not able to get your trophies, and if you're thinking what are the trophies, it's his passive wherein he gets additional damage when he's able to get a kill or an assist within 1 second. As you can see, what I'm doing is a full clear because it's quite hard to gank their lanes, with Annie and Yone having an advantage for the Annie and our top side also having a hard time. I want to contest the Scuttle, but looking at the laners, we don't have priority, so I just give the Scuttle to the Jarvan and then go back home to try to contest the bot Scut. Mid lane there's a fight, I think Annie flashed, and the good thing about this is that our Jax has an advantage bot, but he's quite low on HP. I pinged my Yone that Jarvan was there, he didn't listen, so he had to use his own flash, and I see that Jarvan is going on the bot Scut. This is quite risky since we don't have any lane priority. Yone is going to base, Jax is just going back. What I want to do here is to get a sneaky smite on the Scut. We're not able to, he has smite, and this is really bad because he just got his level 5. I save my flash, and as soon as Annie shows up, I get exhausted, and look at the heal that my second skill gives. And this is the potential when you're playing an AP tank Rengar. The reason why I'm going for this build is not only just for fun, it's also because of our team dynamic. If you look at our team, we don't have any frontline, and we already have a lot of damage with Kai'Sa, Yone, Jax, and Karma, all of them dealing damage. But before that, I see that Nasus and Jax are fighting bot side, so I try and help, look for a kill. Jarvan rotates, makes a mistake, goes to B instead, and with face rush, we go for the net, easily punish him. He doesn't have ulti because of what happened earlier, and we get a kill. I tried to see if we could go for Nasus, but I think he's just trying to bait, so I just play safe and clear the way for him. Top side, Annie gets a good gank, and they're able to get 2 kills up there. I'm able to get my first trophy, and this is the start of Rengar. And you want to get 5 trophies so that you'd have a lot of damage when you're trying to burst someone. As I was saying earlier, the reason why I'm going for the AP tank build here is that we already have a lot of damage, and the thing that I need to do is to tank for my team while catching all of their burst. If you look at their composition, they have Annie, Jarvan, who deals a lot of damage with their combos, and my job is to try to buy time and not allow them to reach my carries. That's why this build makes sense. If you have a lot of tanks, then you would rather go for the bruiser or even the burst build. With the objective spawning in 1 minute, I just want to clear my own jungle since I have no flash yet. This is a time wherein Jarvan can possibly punish me. I go for the Scud, knowing that I have priority now. We're able to outsmite the Jarvan with the Q, and we see Annie going to contest. I have my second skill, but they have so much burst with Annie ult. Good follow-up on the Yone. He finally arrives. He's able to help. We get 2 kills. They literally used 4 ultis on me with Caitlyn, Lux, Jarvan, Annie ult. and we're able to at least get a trade. 2 for 2, 2 for 3 now, and that's worth it for me because the most important thing here is that they won't have ultimate on the objective. If you look at their lineup, they're very ultimate dependent with Annie and Jarvan having huge bursts with their ulti, but without those, it would be an easy objective secure. As I was saying, the reason why I died there is because I thought Yone was gonna help and he was a bit late, so I just died, but at least we're able to get a trade. Jarvan goes for the Herald, so we're able to secure the Dragon, and this is good for us since the cooldown would help us reduce our skills and I would be able to spam my second skill more. The most important thing about AP Bruiser Rengar is that you're able to spam your second skill and mitigate a lot of their damage. They go for our Jax on the bot side. Jarvan flashes, so we immediately go for the punish, even though he has EQ. We get the kill. Nasus flashes away. I don't want to chase because I have no more skills that would allow me to catch him, and he's full HP. Top side gets caught. Whenever I get a good gank bot side, there's always a trade on the other side, which is unfortunate, but this is what happens in solo queue. The most important thing is that at least we're able to make some plays on the map and help our teammates get some gold. Right now, what I'm eyeing is to make Jax get ahead, or to let Jax get ahead because of the fact that our duo lane is having a hard time. Mid lane, another fight. Yone got bursted by the Annie and he just died right there. Not sure how he died because Annie just used her ultimate topside. So this gives me the conclusion is that we currently have 2 losing lanes, which is not good. Karma tries to look for a catch, but he got caught instead. I wouldn't be able to hit to help her due to them having 3 members. It's a bit tilting, but it's okay. We just need to look for opportunities in order to make a comeback. The good thing about this build is that we have high sustain, and looking at them, they're trying to push mid tower. We go for the Lux because she's a lot squishier. Get exhausted. Yone, good follow-up. But Annie, perfect timing. She's able to Tibbers, get a 2-man stun, and they're able to trade 1 for 2. At least we shut down the Lux and get some trophies off of her. Annie flashes in. Jarvan also with the ultimate. Nice ulti by Karma. We get a good trade there. Kai'Sa flashing out. Caitlyn is chasing. But if you look at our Jax, he has no map and he's just busy split pushing the tower. Unfortunate, but this happens in our games. We respawn. We don't have ultimate, so we just go and farm our camps. At this point, I need to get my items first. Visage is a perfect item in this game because we would be able to mitigate the Annie damage once we complete this item. They also have anti-healing, and the Visage will at least reduce the anti-healing, and we would still have a lot of sustain in our kit. I don't go for a more damage build here because of the fact that I just need to become sustainable. Sunder is already good enough, giving me sheen damage, helping me clear faster, and some HP. I use my ultimate. We look for someone that's out of position. Annie tries to burst me again, but I have my second skill. Yone randomly goes in, I don't know why, and my team got baited. Karma died. Kai'Sa getting caught in the side lane, and things are not looking good. We're very disconnected. It was already fine when I burned the Annie ult for free, but my team just got a bit too greedy, and we get punished for it. I decide that I wouldn't defend mid anymore. If they get the tower, that's good for us, so that we would be able to scale. Jax is just split pushing, trying to look for some gold. Luckily, the opponents didn't push because they have no wave, and we're able to save our mid inhibitor tower. With the objective spawning in 40 seconds, knowing that we're kinda behind, it's a bit risky to go for this objective. But if we're able to get a catch before the objective starts, we should be able to contest this. Jax fights bot side. Annie proto belts in. She used her ultimate. Really good for us. And with Yone split pushing, we don't want to go for the fight since we don't have a numbers advantage. Dragon is spawning in 10 seconds, and I ping bot side. I just want to look for a trade. Use my ulti to look for someone that's split pushing. We can punish the Nasus, or we can even go for the objective. Jax goes back, and I see that Nasus is at the bot side, so we would have the numbers advantage. And that is why I'm trying to contest the Dragon. We go for the Caitlyn who's out of position. Our teammate is not there. We get chunked a bit. Caitlyn kinda hurts. They're poking us with all of their long range. I'm trying to bait the Dragon. Nice poke by the Karma. We get our own poke. Wait for Annie to ultimate and counter her burst. So this is good for us. Annie has no more damage. And the thing that I'm doing here is I'm just focusing, taking the Dragon. We have Smite, second skill. We're able to secure it. But their Caitlyn hurts. Jarvan is low. I'm 1 HP, so I wouldn't be able to do anything. Even though we got the Dragon, the bad part is, it's a 4v5. We just lost the 4v5. Plus, 3 of our members died. Nasus free farming, which is not good. Karma gets caught. Nasus flashes in, and they're trying to push mid lane. I have my ultimate. I have some damage. We look for the backline since they're low. Go in with the combo. Immediately burst their backline, and here comes the AP. Rengar. We're able to deal AoE damage. We net the Nasus. Possible quadra kill here. They give us the kill, and this could be the start of a comeback. That's why you always need to respect the Rengar. Annie, good position. Punishes our Kai'Sa. Gets a knock-up. I'm waiting for my skills to go off cooldown, but as soon as my third skill didn't hit, I just went back, played it a bit safe. I wanted to get the Penta, but getting a comeback is more important, or rather getting the win. Jax is able to push top with bounty activated. We should be able to get more gold and buy time for our team to scale. If we look at our composition, we're really strong late game with Kai'Sa, Yone, and Jax. So once we're able to get 3 items, we should be in the clear. Their composition is very early game oriented, which is Annie, Jarvan, and Caitlyn. Their only late game is possibly the Nasus, but it's easy to kite that champion with what we have. Perfect timing, we have 11k gold. And the next item I'm going for is the Cosmic Drive. This gives us AP and even more MS. Combining it with the Phase Rush, when we're able to get our empowered second skill, we would be running super fast and it's hard for them to catch us. And since our primary skill would be the second skill, it scales with AP, and that's why I'm building a bit of AP rather than the regular damage items such as the Black Cleaver. Another thing that I went for is Phase Rush. The reason why I went for Phase Rush is because it gives us kiting potential and it reduces the cooldown of our skills. We see Caitlyn out of position. We get a net onto her. Lux with the ulti. We get pretty low. Annie used her ulti, but with the Visage, we're able to mitigate a lot of their damage. Jax goes in with a TP. We get trapped by Caitlyn. I'm trying to look for someone to jump on. We flash. We fail our E-flash. I wanted to help, but it's okay. We still win the team fight. 1-for-3 exchange. Empowered third skill. Looking for the Lux. We're able to tag her. We tank the tower. Let our carries get the kill. And get mid tower as well. With 4 of their members down, we should be able to get Baron, Yone, Kai'Sa, and Jax pretty fast on taking this objective. Kai'Sa got disconnected, which is kinda weird. She's able to move. And we should be able to secure this unless they have TP. Someone teleports, most likely that's their jungle. So we should play a bit safe. I look for the net. Perfect catch onto the Jarvan. We get him pretty low. Nasus is chasing us down. We have a lot of sustain with Karma Shields. Yone gets the jungler and we're able to get the kill. Annie's on the side lane. We look for a perfect opportunity. We have a lot of sustain with the second skill. Getting our HP back. Combining it with the Karma Shield. Look what we're able to do. We just tanked their damage and my team is able to clean up. At this point, we're back into the game. Even though we had a horrendous start, we go for the Randuin's because at this point, the Caitlyn hurts and Randuin's a perfect item against her since she's building crit, giving us HP, armor. We already have MR against the Annie, so the only thing that we need is a bit more armor. Kai'Sa is pushing bot side. We're looking for a catch onto the Lux. We see her out of position. We miss our skill. Look at that! Look how fast I'm at. I don't know if it was a bug, but Jarvan wasn't able to ult. I think we were just too fast that the ult didn't reach. We're able to escape the Jarvan ulti with the Cosmic plus Face Rush. Third dragon is up. If we're able to get this, this should be a free win. Yone though, out of position. I don't know why he was there. He gets bursted by the Annie. This will make it a 4v5 team fight, wherein I'm not that confident. So we look to go for the backline, tank all of their damage again. We get knocked up, but we have our second skill to remove the crowd control, give us a bit sustain. And with Jax trying to buy time, we look to try. I wanted to get the dragon, but Jarvan with a good smite, they deny the third dragon take. We look for people that are out of position. We see that they're pretty low. We abuse the bush, look to kite them with the Face Rush plus Cosmic Drive. We have a lot of attack speed. We tag the Lux. We have our second skill. Jarvan gets an ulti. They deal some damage. I have my own ulti up now. We jumped on the Annie, and look at that! Super fun when playing this build. Very tanky. At the same time, we have a lot of sustain. The only problem is the Jarvan ult, because we're not able to kite if we're stuck in his ulti. The bottom line is, we're able to soak a lot of damage and deal a lot of damage at the same time with the use of our second skill. Kaisa says that she's lagging and we need to end it soon. I say that we need the Baron, we just can't end it like this. What I'm doing right now is I'm looking for a possible catch. I just want to clear my camps first. And what's good about Rengar in the late game, once you have level 3 ultimate, it's using the skill is a minor map hack wherein you could see everyone's position. We see that the Nasus is topside. We don't proceed with the gank, but we see where everyone is. Lux, Jarvan, and Caitlyn looking for the counter gank. And Caitlyn out of position. We burst this. We still have our smite. We take her down. We dodge the Lux bind and force her flash as well. With Caitlyn down and Baron spawning in 20 seconds, we should be able to take this objective, or we can just bait it so that we would win another fight. Still a bit risky since their Jarvan is alive, but the most important thing here is that we should start the Baron since we have a 4v5 advantage, with Caitlyn being the most fed member on their team and is still not yet alive. We cancel the Baron because we see their positioning. Nice ulti by the Lux, tagging the Kaisa, and knowing that we're not at the Baron, they breathe a sigh of relief and they won't contest anymore. But Jax split pushing topside with Annie coming there. We go for the Jarvan who's out of position, get a good net. With the Face Rush, we're able to chase him down, and we get another net. We burst their jungle, and this is the perfect time to go for Baron. With no more jungle, Baron and Elder is up. Most likely they're gonna look for the contest, but with Jax trying to zone them, this is good for us. We're able to easily secure this, and with Elder still up, we can even take this as well. Jarvan still spawning in 30 seconds. I look to see if I could go for a catch. We see Annie out of position, so we go for her instead. I don't have my second skill just yet, but we're able to burn her ultimate, which means that she doesn't have any more damage. Flash in for the kill. Look for another catch. And look at that sustain. Face Rush, Cosmic Drive, giving us a lot of MS. And we're able to buy time for Jax to end the game. And that is it. That is the potential of AP Tank Rengar. We're able to soak a lot of damage and help peel for our team. 95% Rengar on Master Tier. We get MVP. Props to our teammate. Even though they struggled early, they were able to pick up the pace. 9-11. And look at my damage. 25k. But if you look at Karma, she's also low-key carrying the game. Overall, we're able to tank a lot of damage, deal a lot of damage, and get a lot of picks. So I hope you guys enjoyed our Rengar jungle. And that is it for me. Peace out. Ciao, ciao.